right, here we are in the salon again, and I have Joseph Matheny with me today. It's a great honor to have him in here. He is an inventor, creator, product manager, CEO, CTO, writer, and artist. And this includes playing a role in establishing and evangelizing standards and practices such as PDF, DVD, podcasting, ARG, and digital video. He has designed apps for iPhone, iPad, and other mobile platforms. 1, 2, 3. Publisher of screenplays, white papers, technology, sci-fi, marketing, and gaming books. His pioneering work in Transmedia is chronicled in the university-level textbook Legend Tripping Online, Supernatural Folklore, and The Search for Ong's Hat, University Press, Mississippi. Amazing, I might add. His transmedia work, Ong's Hat, is known throughout the gaming industry and academia as the first proto-ARG, which is alternative reality game and gaming. This work was profiled in Games magazine as well as Inside a Mind, Thoughty 2, The Chapter, Slate, BBC, and Gizmodo, and so much more. This man has an illustrious background of woo and juice and and the nature of this reality that we're running in. And this is where I wanted to get into conversation with you, Joseph. So it is a great honor to have you here in the Cosmic Salon. Welcome.
Thank you. It's my honor to be here.
So as I was looking through the book of you know what they say about 6 degrees of separation. I continue to find that there's so much truism in that. I realize we have had to have at least crossed paths somehow, some way in this strange world. And so I was wondering, your time in Chicago, are you from Chicago or?
Yeah, I was born there.
When did you leave?
I left in 6, 7.
Okay.
No, wait, let me think about it. No, 1988, because I got to California just in time for the Loma Prieta earthquake in 89.
Oh, yeah,
so it would have been 88, yeah.
This is so funny. So your time in Chicago was pre my time in Chicago, which is early 90s. But I had just left San Francisco right before that earthquake. So
yeah, I left Chicago and then I went to Santa Cruz, which is where the actual epicenter of the earthquake was. It was just like 13 miles south in Aptos. And so I was in Santa Cruz for the Loma Prieta. But it's like, welcome to California.
Oh, it was incredible. I just couldn't believe the timing of my leaving. And I left because of a reality shift I had there. And and it was something that changed my life. And ironically, almost 40 years later now, and it's a couple of years, right? The circles, the causality looping is very strange, because a lot of the stuff that is looping for me now is stuff that happened in what I am going to just call nicely, and it may be colloquially overplayed these days, but I'm saying nicely, a shamanic journey. It was really just this weird breakdown.
Oh, and yeah. I went to California for the exact same reason. I had what I call a unanticipated and unexpected shamanic breakdown in Chicago.
Oh, jeez.
And somebody told me, you sound like you should read the work of Philip K. Dick. And
yes.
and I started reading Philip K. Dick, and like all of a sudden, like I kept getting this message: you need to be in California, you need to be in the Bay Area, you need to be in California. And I just left. I just did it. I just went.
That's
I had
interesting.
no idea why I was going there, what I was going to. I got in the car, loaded up the girlfriend and the cat, and off we went.
That's how I ended up in California, but it's also I left very differently. Isn't that funny? Tessa Dick's a friend of mine. I have her on.
Oh, okay, cool.
Every once in a while. You probably know Tessa.
I've like we've like been in the same circles, but I don't know her now.
Oh yeah, Tessa's very interesting. Anyway, so this kind of crossover with you, and just that alone. I mean, and then there's all kinds, I'm sure. When I was looking at your resume, there's so much going on. As I said earlier, the information with you is out there in the world, and there's some really great people that you are in conversation with talking about some of this stuff. But I kind of want to get into playing What If with you. Can we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I was really impressed with all your work with Ong's Hat and reality creating stuff. And of course, we have to always consider that there's an element, well, we don't have to. I think it's a good thing to consider that the nature of reality is something that's very malleable. And I think that Ong's Hat really, and then of course like House of Leaves and stuff like this really gives us an idea of how this whole thing works. And of course magic, which you talk about a lot, and ritual theater is something I've been heavily involved in and all this. So where we are now, and I'm looking at the world in and from a lens of the fourth wall. And everything seems very uncanny valley, counter space. And with your experiments with Ong's Hat that really, I think, are fundamental in getting this conversation to where it is now for a lot of people. And of course, there's all the greats, and Philip K. Dick is one of them, that also has informed us. And there's amazing work out there, amazing writers and literature, including yours. But let's talk about the fourth wall, and let's talk about the nature of reality. And in context to where we are now, this seems like we're in shaky territory. A lot of people are not agreeing on what reality is anymore. And so it's got a shakiness to it.